I've been spending a lot of time trying to figure out what I can talk about on camera. And maybe a lot of you have been wondering what to talk about on YouTube as well. I think the main thing we need to do is just, live a little bit of life and then life will tell you what to talk about. I guess that's what I have to tell myself too. Well, I'm still kind of struggling on trying to figure out what to say to y'all today, but what's been going on in my life is there's a lot going on. I gotta help my mother because she needs a lot of help because she's getting older and she had a trip to the hospital not too long ago, and I gotta take care of two kids, and I've been dealing with my anxiety disorder and a little bit of depression. Also, this year I lost my father, which has been kind of a shocking and uneasy experience for me because, my father is somebody I went to for comfort a lot of the time. And no, my husband's doing his normal thing, going to work and, hanging out with us at the end of the day. Everything has been very busy here lately. I tell you one thing, being a housewife is like one of the busiest jobs ever. I mean, you don't really get paid a check for it, but it's hard because you have to. And I'm at the point where I'm potty training children now, which means there's a lot more work involved because you have to get kids used to a new routine. Because, during the first part of their lives, they've been in diapers. So now you gotta show them how to do something else. And I have to start potty training because the kids are getting bigger. They're getting too bigger for me to lift. Well, they're getting too big for me to lift on a bed or changing table to like change them anymore. So we have to get them used to using the potty. And I'm trying to be consistent as possible. I figure that's one of like my biggest problems right now is being as consistent as I should be. I don't know if anybody else is having that problem, but it's really hard to be on top of your task. Because when you have so much to do, it looks like this giant mountain and this giant ladder, and it just seems like you'll never complete anything. And that's what it feels like right now, that I'll never complete anything. And I'm trying to do as many things that's within my control as possible. Because, the kids need attention. My mom needs attention. And then when my husband is here, he needs attention as well. And it's like my emotions and my physical presence is going in so many different places. It's kind of hard to collect yourself. And I just don't want people out there that are immature minded to think that relationships and marriage is an easy thing. It's not. It's very, very hard. You have to keep up on everything. You have to be there. You have to be present. You have to keep up on your task. You have to cooperate with people. You're in a situation where you have to deal with other people's wants and needs. And if you grew up in a big family, then you should know how it feels to have your wants conflict with other people's wants and needs. And then, things happen to people every day. People always have some type of incident that makes things not how they used to be. And I think that's the other thing. I'm trying to get used to change. Change is hard to adapt to, especially if you're the type of person that's used to a routine or a person that's just trying to get a routine going. You want to get something that you're used to. And that's what my life has been here lately. constantly trying to create a way of living that I'm used to, so that when things happen, I don't completely fall off the handle. Because it's like, well, stress is a terrible thing to harbor in your body, which is why it's very important to go to therapy, to meditate, and to do anything that calms you. Because this world is very stressful. I mean, if there's anything that this pandemic has taught us, is that we're not prepared for a lot of things, and things will continue to get stressful. And I've been going through this conflict in my mind where I don't know if things are just strange, or if everything that I'm going through is normal and I'm just adjusting horribly. You know how you're taught to swim and then you struggle for a little while before you finally get the hang of it? I mean, yeah, I don't know how to swim, but I assume that's how it goes. And that's how I feel. I feel like I'm struggling to try to, you know, be in the metaphorical water. It's like I'm moving with the tide a little bit easier, but it's still hard to keep that same float pattern, because the waters just keep changing. It's not consistent. And it's like, I just need some time to breathe. And I know a lot of us feel like we need time to breathe. I mean, I know I'm just talking about a whole bunch of serious stuff, and hopefully after I take all this serious stuff out of my soul, I can kind of bring a little bit more fun and activity to my videos, especially when I make my gaming videos. I plan to make more gaming videos. I plan to post more art. And in this video, you should see me drawing something in the background of me talking anyway, because I'm trying to do like, I'm slowly trying to adjust to YouTube too, because it's like, I have to be consistent. Once again, a consistency issue. And I'm trying to actually bring somewhat quality to my videos, if that makes sense. Because nobody wants to waste their time watching something, you know? It's like, you want to actually experience a good feeling, or at least get some type of information you can use out of something. There's been plenty of times when I've watched videos and I've thought it was so important for me to look at because of the thumbnail, but then I just realized it was a big waste of time. And I don't want to do that to anybody. So slowly I'll be making my videos a lot more quality minded. Like, as far as my art, I have been on my downtime or in between waiting for my daughters to need me. I do work on some of my art and try to post them as much as possible. So if I'm not making a YouTube video as often as I should, or as often as I would like to, then you're always going to see my art anywhere. You're welcome, Mom. Well, yesterday I got some acrylic paints. I can't wait to use them. I plan on posting I'm gonna at least post the artwork, even if I don't put it in the video anytime soon, because I have many ideas for future videos. As far as my comics and the magazine is concerned, I'm still working on that too. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to create material in like little short pockets, and then I'm going to try to place them in the magazine as much as possible. And I'm trying to work on articles too. I'm still trying to figure out what to talk about as far as what kind of articles I can put in my magazine. But for now, while I'm in the process of organizing my final product, which is the magazine, I'm still debating on whether I'm going to have hosts for my books or not. I don't know. I might scrap that idea. But yeah, in the meantime, if you want to support me in any way, shape, or form, just email me and buy a commission from me, and I'll do my best to make one of the best commissions you've ever seen. I mean, hopefully you like my art, because my art doesn't look like everybody else's art. Um, I still have to work on my skill. Like, I do have a bit of human anatomy to work on. And you know, it's been kind of hard to like get in depth with what I want to do, because it's like there's so many things grabbing my attention, and it's just like, bruh. Well, during the process of making this video, I have been helping my mom out, because we got to keep her sugar at a good level, and I've been trying to keep the girls occupied and entertained so that I can have some time to do this. And then when I'm not filming a video, I'm probably cleaning or working on my art, or probably on the phone or something. You know, when it's me time, I want to just, you know, do something I'd rather be doing other than working my body to death, because it just feels that way now. I don't know if it's just what young people, borderline middle-aged people do, but yeah, I'm working hard and hardly working. There's just so much to do around me, and then my husband and I are trying to prepare for the winter. You know, trying to make sure that during the wintertime we're comfortable. Maybe whenever we get everything we need, I might do what I gave my kids. Well, not gave my kids. What I'm giving my kids for Christmas video. I mean, I know y'all see all these toys behind me, but those are toys they've been had. And a lot of these toys behind me, I would say almost all of them were toys that I had from my childhood that I saved for my kids. And I know it's like, well, why did you save all the toys from your childhood? How did you know that you were gonna have kids? I mean, sometimes you just have to have hope. Sometimes you just have to figure out what you want to do in life and put things in place so you can put what you want into action. Plus, I was one of those kids that was like really attached to my toys, especially after growing up with Toy Story. I was like, I can't just. And one of my only options as a kid was throwing my toys away, because I didn't know I could donate it to anybody else. But I just wanted to keep my toys. So like, I had so many fun times with my toys as a kid. I was like, I can't just give them up. I especially can't throw them away. I mean, I've gotten so much of an emotional attachment to my toys. There was a toy that I threw away because I hated the fact that it talked when I didn't want it to talk. I mean, I remember being a kid getting so angry that I punched it because it wouldn't shut up. And I actually finally threw that toy away, and I still feel guilty about it. I'm 27, and I still feel guilty about a toy I actually decided to throw away. So that's why I have so many toys for my current children. Because when I was thinking about saving my toys, I was thinking about my future kids, but now I have them. Yay! And they have fun with my toys. Like, they don't have a preference. But then again, they're little kids. So they're just discovering the world anyway. So they really don't have a preference yet. I won't really have to worry about preferences until they're like way up in their single digits, or definitely in their double digits in age. So, you know. For now, they love the toys that's in front of them. And there's just a lot of organizing I have to do with all these toys and all of everything around me, to be honest, because everything's just been a freaking tornado. And I'm just, you know, the girls are making messes. My mom needs me to help her with her feet and everything, and I gotta clean up all of that once I'm done with it. It's just a lot. It's a lot of shit I gotta do right now. And I'm tired. Being a woman is tiring. Especially when you think about a woman's traditional job and activities. Raising the kids, that's a lot of work. Cleaning the house, that's a lot of work. Cooking, that's a lot of work. And anything that I've missed in between all of those things, it's a lot of work. In order to get married, in order to be in a relationship, in order to want kids, not in that order, in order to obtain and maintain that kind of lifestyle, it takes a lot of effort. It's not just, oh, I'm gonna get married and I'm gonna have this wonderful wedding day with a dress and every day is just designer. No, it's not. Sometimes you're cleaning poop. Sometimes you're having to deal with maybe blood like a doctor would because, hey, things happen in your family. And man, the attention span you have to have and patience for every task that you have to do as a woman. I can feel the irritation from not doing something right because you just want to get it done fast. You just want to do things, and it's just like now you're dealing with a tedious task that's gonna take a lot to finish. Like, you could do it fast, but you have to be a skilled person to do it in a timely manner. And when you haven't really been doing this in your teenage years, like dealing with, heavy cleaning and dealing with, well, if you don't grow up with little siblings, then you definitely don't know how to take care of little kids. So it's a lot. And even with kids, it's like it's like you gotta get into their nails. You know how tedious it is to clean children's nails? They're so small. They're so little. Doing babies' nails is like the most tedious thing that you can possibly do. But it's one of the things that have to be done because you gotta clean the dirt out of their nails because they touch everything. Food gets into their nails. And it's just a whole mess. And not to mention when your child decides, hey, I'm going to give myself a chocolate shower. And then you have to clean motherfucking Twix and Hershey's from off their body and off the walls. And sometimes you just want to put it off. But you can't because you're a mom. And you have to do these things so that you can teach your kids these things when it's their turn to experience this part of life. And I think the other part that is a big heavy weight about being a woman is that you're your child's first teacher. If you decide to have children, you're your child's first teacher, which means you're responsible for a lot of what they know. How to clean, how to cook, how to have empathy and compassion for others in the world. Patience and compassion really come in handy when it comes to comforting your children. Because sometimes, children don't understand why they feel the way they feel, and sometimes they just, they're full of emotions. They're not really logical thinkers like us adults are. So what's upsetting them and what's bothering them may not bother us. So you have to be patient enough to really give them the love that they need. Because they're going to come to you and run to you for everything. For now, it's going to be for whenever a balloon pops or whenever they fall or, little simple things. But when they get older, they're going to run to you for advice. They're going to ask you how to solve their problems. They're going to need you to comfort them in a different way. Sometimes they just need you to give them the hug that they've always had throughout their childhood. And it's really hard knowing if you're giving your child enough, especially when you, the adult, is going through a lot as well. Because with me, I'm going through grief. My brain isn't braining today. I'm sorry. I'm going through grief because of the passing of my father. I'm going through anxiety. And I'm also going through the physical task of using my body and trying to take care of myself. And it is overwhelming. Very overwhelming. And whoever is going through this, you're going to get through it, but it's going to feel rough. Another thing that I want to talk about from my experience is breastfeeding. I am a mother that breastfeeds her children. I've breastfed my first child, and I'm still in the process of breastfeeding my second child. If you're a new mom or mom to be and you decide to breastfeed, I'm just going to warn you, they don't mean it. But sometimes when it comes to latching, your baby might bite your titty. I'm just going to be blunt with it. And they might, you know how a dog bites something? And like the more you fuck with the dog, the tighter the grip gets on whatever it's biting. Just imagine that, but with hard ass gums on your titty. Yeah, that's what happens sometimes. Don't get mad at the baby. They're just trying to latch, and I guess they want milk so bad, and they're hungry, and I guess they're kind of getting used to the chewing function of their mouth. I guess that's what it is. They're getting used to the chewing skill that they have, because they suck their thumb in the womb to prepare for nursing or being fed by a bottle when they're born. And eventually nursing turns into chewing, and then we chew for the rest of our lives. But yeah, your baby might bite you. They don't mean it. They're just latching, but it hurt. And you would think, it's a little being. There's nothing this little being can do to me that could hurt. It's just so small. They're so little. It's so cute. And they're just the little, teeniest little, gentle little things. But they can bite you. And apparently gums hurt. Why? Why though? It doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make sense. Like, you would think having a baby, everything's gonna be, gentle. Nothing's gonna hurt. Especially after they're born. I guess we have to realize as mothers, every part of life is metaphorical labor. And when you go into labor, you have a lot of pain. And then once your child is born, you're relieved from pain. So you're going through a cycle of pain and relief, pain and relief, pain and relief, until you finally get permanent relief, because it's like, eventually your kid's going to be grown and doing their own things, and that's when permanent relief comes in. And then when you're old, all you got to do is give advice. You don't have to change, you don't have to clean nails, you don't have to, all the other stuff that you were doing. Oh yeah, and they move a lot. You would think the most simple task with children would be so easy, but no, they move. They move here, there, everywhere, east, west, north, south, southwest, southeast, so on and so forth. And you're like, I'm just trying to change a diaper. Why are you doing acrobatics on the bed when all I'm trying to do is clean you? I'm trying to make sure you don't get sick. I'm trying to make sure you're comfortable. I'm trying to make sure you're not scratching and itching and scratching and having ants in your pants. And you want to move all over the place. And their kicks hurt too. I can see why people hated them big ass white shoes they used to put on the babies when I was a baby. Those shoes, I don't even use those shoes. And I still get hurt. Okay, my husband and I have 2 girls. Dos. Dois. Okay? I don't know how this works with little boys, and this might be a harder thing to avoid. But yeah, you might want to avoid the poop cannon. I don't know what we did wrong when Violet was born. But I think there was 2 times. Because I think my husband got it first and then I got it second. Because we were changing Violet's diaper and there was poop that shot all the way up our arm. And that's going to make you want to give up. You're going to be like, oh, hell no. What is this? No. You're a little compacted human being. Why are you a poop cannon? And it's okay. I just want to let you know. But yeah, I just want to let you know it's okay. And it's okay to panic for a short bit of time because that is a shocking experience. It's also kind of funny. I guess the main thing I can say about my experience as being a parent is you have to find the sense of humor in things, because if you don't, you're going to stress out. And you're not going to be a good parent if you're always stressed. Being stressful as an adult human is not a benefit to your parenting, and it's not a benefit to you in general. So you have to make sure that you balance it out, because there's going to be a lot of things that's going to irritate the fuck out of you. And it's okay. I'm just here to let you know that it's okay. It's okay to feel like you want to say fuck everything and let that energy out. Let it out. Let all that fuck you, and fuck you all out of your system, and then gather yourself and get back to doing what you're doing. Because after you let all that overwhelming energy out, it's going to be replaced. It's going to be replaced with you getting everything right. Alright, I'm going to end the video here, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to get blank-minded. So I hope everybody has a blessed day whenever they're watching this video, whether they're watching it now or whether they're watching it 10 years in the future. But I'm like old and got wrinkles on my face. I'm like 103 or some shit. So yeah, have a good day and I'm out. Peace.